This may seem like a simple question, but in today's politically divisive environment, this question becomes much harder to answer. On the surface, you may believe that you sway more toward one party than the other. Either it be by inheriting your point of view from your parents and family, or by being swayed by your friends and peers, not wanting to be the black sheep. If you're like the 40% of Americans who do not affiliate with either the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, this video is made for you. We are going to start by breaking down the parties for what they stand for, but we are going to do this in a way no one else ever has. We're going to conduct a blind test to see which party you sway to. We're going to achieve this by calling one party Group A and another party Group B. We are not going to use any easily identifiable terms to immediately show which party is which, such as pro-gun or pro-abortion. Obviously, those would be dead giveaways. We will reveal which party is which after you hear both Group A and Group B descriptions. Let us begin. Group A. This group embodies the idea that you, as a citizen of the United States, are the most important aspect of the country. Your individual freedoms are paramount, and they should be protected and respected. This group believes that we all should do what is right. But in order to do what is right for the we, rights cannot be taken away from the me. This group believes that the middle class is the backbone of society. And unfortunately, the middle class is being eroded away by too many policies being implemented that take away from the middle class instead of aiding it. This group believes that in order to move forward, we must stop forcing ourselves to be defined by arbitrary traits and understand that we are all Americans, and our diversity is what makes us strong. This group sees the issues that the United States is being plagued with and wants to act in a manner that will strengthen our country while bringing our citizens out of the turmoil that has caused the issues. Lastly, this group is the underdog. It is not as powerful as the other one, having fewer tools and less money to try and spread its influence and message. Group B. This group embodies the idea that citizens of the United States are not the most important aspect of the country. The most important aspect are votes. More specifically, the votes that keep them in office. This group believes in sacrificing the rights of the me in order to look out for the best interests of the we. But the we does not mean the average citizen. It just means the we of the elite class. The group believes in showing that they care about certain topics that create division in the political theater. Through this divisive tool, they then tend to do small things that can be pointed at to show that they care, while doing the exact opposite behind the scenes, or sometimes much worse. This group sees what is plaguing the country and understands the problems but chooses not to act on them. This is due to various reasons, but the main reason is that they caused the issue in order to make money off of the issue. They understand that as the issue becomes worse, it actually becomes easier to stay in power and manipulate the citizens. Lastly, this group is the main controller of the country. They control all of the media outlets, news outlets, and social media. They have the most funding and most backing of any other party, most of the time having spending budgets that are several times more than their opponents. The big reveal. Hopefully, you could not tell which party is which. Of course, there are exceptions, and not everyone in each party aligns with all of these traits. However, with that being said, these are the overarching themes of each party, without trying to reveal the buzzwords that immediately cause your fight or flight response to kick in. Where do you feel you landed? Group A or Group B? Alright, it is time for the groups to reveal themselves. Group A is the Republican Party, and Group B is the Democratic Party. And just wait. Before you choose to slam your phone to the ground or throw your computer out of the window, just let me explain. This was the exact reason why I wanted to set this blind test up this way. I wanted you to be able to see where your values as a person lie without the buzzwords acting as war drums that have been repeated to you so much that your defense mechanisms engage. This is the reality of what these two parties stand for. The Republican Party likes to say things like individual freedoms, your constitutional rights, or individual liberties. This is a party of the me or you as an individual. This party wants to protect your rights as a citizen of the United States under the Constitution, which is why they are always advocating for free speech and gun rights. Both of these rights are granted to every U.S. citizen by the Bill of Rights. The Republican Party wants you as a citizen to live your life, with fewer restrictions on what the government can say about how you are living your life. The me that every citizen gets to enjoy. Whereas the Democratic Party chooses to emphasize the we, always putting the safety, not rights. This is actually a very important concept, so I will say that again. The safety, not rights of the we, by taking rights away from the me. The Democratic Party always uses the rhetoric of keeping people safe. In any discussion, they use the stance of keeping people safe. And they always use this stance because structuring an argument this way allows them to justify the rights being taken away by others to achieve their aims. And their aims are never the aims of the average citizen. It is always the we of the elite class. Because just like when we had kings and monarchs, people are easier to control when they do not have any rights. The Republican Party does not use divisive means amongst its citizens in order to gain political standings. What I mean by that is that the Republican Party does not try and divide people based on their race, age, color, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. In reality, the Republican Party is completely inclusive of these traits and understands that we are all citizens, and this diverse melting pot is what makes our country so strong and so unique. If you don't believe me, especially on the inclusion of gays, then you need to check out logcabin.org. The Republican Party also sees the policies that have led to the downturn of our nation and wants to fix them, charging at them head-on. Which is also why they are not very good at branding. The verbiage that they choose to use is often considered harsh and is easy for political opponents to weaponize their words, taking them out of context, such as the border. Republicans do not hate illegal immigrants, and honestly, I commend them for being more patriotic and deserving of being a U.S. citizen than many of the people who currently take it for granted, because these people travel over 3,000 miles by foot and deal with a journey fraught with danger just to be a part of this country. These people are not the issue. The issue is the illegal drugs, the coyotes that rape women and children during this journey, the countless lives lost because they died along the way. Then the other issues with guns going into Mexico, and all of this empowering the Mexican cartels, who are so powerful that they control most regions of Mexico. The Republicans want to end this source of trafficking in people, to protect them, protect our citizens, and take power away from these illegal organizations and cartels, to help restore order in Mexico and empower our allies, which starts by securing the border. The Democratic Party, on the other hand, has implemented these policies that are currently eroding the middle class away, because the middle class has always been historically the greatest threat to the elites. If you look at any major revolution in the past, the middle class was always the party that led the revolution. This happened during the French, Russian, and American revolutions, and countless others. The Democratic Party has understood for a very long time that the best way to stay in office is by acting like they are aiding the middle class, while implementing policies that directly negatively affect them. Look at any democratically run city or state, and you can see that they are dying. This is due to those policies. And the Democratic Party does not and will not ever fix these, because they will then lose power. The Democratic Party knows the issues the country is going through because they caused almost all of them. It is in these problems that they gain power, while taking rights away from citizens and making a profit at the same time. Most of the social programs Democrats advocate for are ways for them to make money off of the American taxpayer. Oh, we need a homeless shelter over here to deal with all these people. Okay, that requires a building, then staff, then food, and supplies. The list goes on, and the Democrats that are in office in that area own the foundation that is the homeless shelter, and then own every business that provides a service, making them millions of dollars. This is the same reason why they are against a secure border. Don't fool yourself. Democrats do not care about illegal aliens' well-being. They only care about what the person can do for them, which now consists of voting for them. making it even harder to remove them from offices. Lastly, the Republican Party does not care about money. Well, let me rephrase. They do not care about making money at the expense of the United States citizen. The Republican Party cares about doing what is right over anything else, while the Democratic Party cares only about maintaining power and making money from anywhere they can, regardless of the implications to the United States citizen. Thank you for watching, and if you did make it this far, I would like to extend a special thanks because even though I do not like how divisive this subject has become in media and news today, I appreciate that you watched it all the way through. Hopefully, you can attest to what I have said here today. Maybe you have realized that your values align with a party that you would have never thought of before. I understand that if you aligned with being a Democrat before this video, you may be upset or disturbed. My only objective was to have you think for yourself. So if you don't believe me or my outlook, that is fine. All I ask is that the next time you watch the news, try and see if you realize any of the things I stated today. And as always, don't live your life as a jackass.
Remember to like and subscribe for more video content. Sapiens Quae Vigilat.